Brent, welcoming you to the Ultimate League. This Ultimate League is something that you've been very passionate about, being the general manager of the Detroit Mechanix. What brought you to this position?
Well, Rich, that's a very good question. For me, it's a little different journey than most general managers would have. In falling in love with the sport, I recognized the potential immediately of what it could do in the realm of youth fitness. Too often now, our kids have been enamored with digital communication and a lack of ability to participate in sports, either because of financial barriers or more specifically because they feel excluded where they may not have the skills or abilities as another athlete with greater access or exposure. So what ends up happening is they choose to do nothing. And in that choice, we've created our own problems. One of which is that after the year 2000, 1 out of 3 of our kids are going to develop adult onset diabetes because of lifestyle and food supply issues. To me, this became a perfect opportunity to meet the challenge of harsh financial times, as well as give the kids something to get excited about again, to get out on the field and play. In our sport, you simply need an open field and a disc, and everything else takes care of itself.
And Brent, again, the team that you have is I think very unique because the teams that you play against and the traveling makes this team such a fascinating team to watch.
Well, Rich, the Detroit Mechanix are a third-year veteran in the American Ultimate Disc League, which means that in year one, when we only had 8 teams, East and West conferences played one another. So we went as far as Philadelphia to take our game on the road, so to speak. Now we stay in the Midwestern Division, which puts us as far east and north as Minneapolis and as far south and west as Cincinnati.
Brent, how is this personality of this team? Does it fit the general manager of the Mechanix?
Well, I'd like to think that my gentlemen, and I do mean gentlemen, are a direct extension of the values, morals, and ethics which the Detroit organization has. One of the things that I find very fascinating is that Detroit as an organization has taken advantage of what we call the integrity rule in our sport, which is the ability to overturn a referee if it works against us, meaning that my guys strive to preserve the sport as a whole and the spirit of that sport for true competition's sake, not whether or not the scoreboard shows at the end the outcome that is favorable to us.
Brent, traveling must be brutal. How did this team keep afloat?
Well, Rich, one of the things that I've done is lead by example, the first 2 years being a primary driver for all of our road games. I know what the boys experience on the road, and more specifically, we do things in shifts and work as a well-oiled machine behind the scenes, having statisticians, trainers, drivers, and volunteers working behind the scenes so that the athletes can focus on sleeping, eating, and playing the game to their best of ability.